Where that person they hide that body there, when do that body there? When do that body there after that nobody can find it? You know, so like you would miss no much weeks and all, and them can't find him up to now too. A little youth, you missing up a couple of weeks now, well, late in the last year, and nobody can find him. But this man, you know, where him do with that body there? Cartel say, it's terrible in there. And everybody knows it's terrible in there. Everybody knows it's terrible in there. But they must say, well, those are the dregs of the society, so anything we want to them, for them business, them shouldn't in there in the first place. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. We're there with you. Warm day, no breeze now blow. But we're going to carry you till 5:45 with this program named the Stepping Razor. We have to say, we do what we have to do. Can't get feeble-minded in a them time, you know. You have to stand up firm and strong, especially if you have a conviction about certain things. Yes? Sometimes some people wobble and time them hear say, people start to get off on them because of what they must say. Well, we want the people in Jamaica know say, there's no time to sleep and slumber here right now. The things are get away. And it's not only in Jamaica, but all over. You understand? You see, we are going now we see the president go there and I try to shake up the man them, and the man them say, watch out, we don't know where you are dealing with there now, you know. You know, see, so it's not like say we're gonna make you just come now and just take over everything. I mean, we respect you because you're the president of the most richest and baddest country in the world, but right, no, might, and no right. Understand? So you have to back down. At least him say so yesterday. We talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump look like him a create problem with everybody, we I tell you. But we have to continue our journey in Jamaica, you know, because we have baby Trump, don't we, so? You know, see it, and baby Trump, he might behave almost like him daddy over there, so. And we still continue with this argument about the police killing them, you know. Where the 400 odd people the police them kill, where we don't know how much out of them they was guilty of anything. And we know, say the Indicom supposed to investigate these things, but guess what? You're not going to hear nothing more about it. Just pure investigation will go out till it just fizzle out. Just fizzle out. And that is really how it goes in Jamaica. Justice only justice when it's certain people it deal with. You know, see it. As I said, go. You stop me on the road the other day and I said, boy, I'm out. One time I asked you, which book you think me should I read, you know? And I say, read the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. And the youth say, him go read it, and from that day, him life change. Yeah, him life change. Why up all the ones them who still read, or even do the audiobook something. Because nowadays the audiobooks easier than for just sit down and read a book them really. Why up all the ones them who still read. The university, not at the university hospital, but there's some discrepancy that is taking place and people have to give account for it. And we know that Shaggy, we start a thing for help the hospital, the children's hospital and other ways. And he might keep the show up on Jamaica. And Jamaica House is a people place. But the Governor General say, we will have no more of that on the premises. So that get rid of the whole idea of distributing things to the children's hospital for the children. So, real and truly, when one rise up to do certain things, we hear the bigger guys, them come say, no, not that way. And then when you start to buy things, machinery and things for bringing out Jamaica, them still say, no, not that way. So, look how much you try help. If you don't go through for them channel, you get whitelisted. You have to do something else. Or me forget, you know, I have something to say about Hurricane. Watch your man. You see all the people that I report about the Hurricane Melissa, yeah? At time, on a stop say, is the worst hurricane that ever licked Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa. Or Melissa Hurricane was the worst hurricane ever. Everybody knows it's the worst hurricane in Jamaica. Yeah, we have to emphasize that in the head of the people. Then. We know that. You know, it kind of sound a weird when every time you hear somebody I say, yeah man, Melissa come tear down my house, and I want to say, Melissa, the worst hurricane that ever hit Jamaica. We know that it's the worst hurricane. So could you please just leave off that part of it? You can, it's hard enough for I say Melissa. It's hard enough to say Melissa more than I talk about the worst hurricane that ever hit Jamaica. We already know that. So please stop it.
Coffee farmers impacted by Hurricane Melissa will receive professional-grade chainsaws on a loan basis to help clear debris and restore access to their farms as part of a targeted initiative for the sector. The initiative is being delivered under the Industrial Development and Technology Transfer among member states of the Caribbean Community Project implemented by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization with funding from Japan. It focuses on farmers whose operations were severely disrupted by the passage of the hurricane in October last year. Speaking at yesterday's handing over ceremony at the Jamaica Commodities Regulatory Authority, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green said limited access to damaged farms has been one of the major obstacles to recovery, particularly in the Blue Mountains, where fallen trees and debris rendered many areas unreachable. A total of 12 professional-grade chainsaws have been provided and will be managed by DRACRA under a loan-based system, allowing farmers to share the equipment as restoration efforts progress across affected communities. Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie has noted that the condition and readiness of emergency shelters are now at the top of the agenda. This in light of the upcoming 2026 Atlantic hurricane season, which begins in June. Addressing journalists during a visit to view work being done on the new infirmary in Falmouth, Trelawney recently, Mr. McKenzie noted that many facilities were compromised during the passage of Hurricane Melissa last October. The minister said with the next hurricane season only months away, it signals an urgent shift towards improving the quality, safety and suitability of shelters island-wide. He noted that he is planning within another 2 weeks to convene a meeting with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management ODPEM, Social Development Commission and municipal corporations to have an extensive look at shelters. Mr. McKenzie also outlined that the discussions would focus on identifying which structures remain viable as well as determining what repairs or replacements are necessary. He said that the experience during Hurricane Melissa exposed serious weaknesses in the current shelter system and emphasized that the country cannot continue to rely on outdated arrangements. In the meantime, the ministry has completed its assessment of damage sustained by municipal corporations and other critical infrastructure, such as markets and cemeteries across the country. Mr. McKenzie indicated that the submission is expected to be taken to Cabinet to outline the full scope of repairs and upgrades required, noting that a substantial budget will be needed to address the scale of damage and strengthen municipal infrastructure. In news overseas, South Africa's Police Minister Pharaoh Laya said that the security forces are not yet able to defeat deadly criminal gangs, in a stark admission that underscores the scale of the country's crime crisis. Gang violence alongside robberies account for many murders in South Africa, which has one of the world's highest homicides. The minister said gang violence has become increasingly complex, especially in the eastern and western Cape provinces, requiring new strategies beyond traditional policing. Finally, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky says an agreement has been reached with the United States of America on security guarantees in the event of a ceasefire with Russia, but is yet to be signed. He was speaking to reporters after an hour-long meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump at the World Economic Forum in Davos. In a speech toward world leaders, Zelensky criticized Europe for avoiding action and called on the continent to protect itself. Earlier, Trump said a settlement on the Ukraine war is coming very soon as he joined other world leaders to inaugurate his Board of Peace.
Okay, we'll go back to... We want to tell you that after 3:30, we're going we're going to interview most of the ones them in a round and round, know a sister name. Yeah, Santiwa. Yes, a Jamaican sister who left Jamaica and got South Africa to live. Have all our family, everything down there now. So we want to talk to her about things and times in South Africa. And we say, South Africa is the news regular now. You understand? So that is at 3:35, there about 3:40. You understand? Okay, so here we go. Here Vibes Killer talk about life in a prison, and he might talk about the suicide rate in a prison is very high. You know, when I hear about them something they do. When I hear about them something they, the virgin I say, people kill themselves in a prison. All the while. Because them can't take the pressure. Who know about these things and cover it up. And that we are talking about how the system stay. Warm to the psychologists, them, the prison psychologists, them were supposed to in a prison help the mind of the youth them. Why you don't want to make it look like say we always take up for bad man and gunman and all them someday? We don't take up for no bad man and no gunman, but people are people, and you don't incarcerate them already, so why you put them under more torture? More torture. Cartel say it's terrible in there. And everybody knows say it's terrible in there. Everybody knows say it's terrible in there. But they must say, well, those are the dregs of the society, so anything we want to them, for them business, them shouldn't in there in the first place. And you know, say none of certain people know in there. None. Watch a man. A whole heap of people were supposed to in there, not in there. But most of them were in there. It's poor people pick me. We run afoul of the law. And sometimes them never ever run afoul of the law neither. Where the justice was supposed to take place in this place, man. The man there who said that, and 9 years him in there. 9 years. Vice Cartel, 9 years him in a prison. And they must show you how them stay in the prison. That means I take it from the mouth of a man who did in there for 9 years. Him say, we would like know we're going in a prison. And him start to talk about we're going in a prison, but we don't know that for a long time, you know. We don't know that from a long time. But me never in a prison for go see it. But man tell you, but no operation no come out now, I show you that. It's not when I say it's supposed to be a lovely. So special news right just now, Natalie.
Good afternoon, Muta. Good afternoon to our listeners.
Yes, everybody are waiting for this thing, you know, so do your thing.
All right, so the 7-member jury in the Noel Maitland case has found him guilty of the murder of social media influencer Donnelly Donaldson. He was also found guilty of preventing the lawful burial of a corpse, and the jury returned the verdict a short while ago. So if you're just joining us, Noel Maitland has been found guilty of the murder of Donnelly Donaldson, as also guilty of preventing the lawful burial of a corpse.
All right, ma'am. All right. Where the person they hide the body there, when do the body there? When do the body there after that nobody can find it? You know, so little youth missing how much weeks and all, and them can't find him up to now too. A little youth, they missing up a couple of weeks now, well, late in the last year, and nobody can find him. But this man, you know, where him do with the body there? Serious thing. And I want to remind the people about something where I don't hear nothing about again. You remember this woman where that drive our youth down a Montego Bay there? and some man stop our car and pull her out of the car and kill the youth. Kill the youth. I think what them say the artistic youth too. Them kill the youth, and when them investigate and them say the lady must hand in her phone. She said she not hand in her phone. No, I know you're not more about that. There's something there, you know. I don't know if you hear about anything. She ain't hear about anything. Eh?
Yeah, man. She did eventually give them the password.
So you know you're not more about it.
No, don't hear nothing more. But as I said, she did eventually
She
give them the
password. So that's how long now? No, before COVID, not before COVID.
Right in a COVID.
Right. You know, you're not more about them something there, no, Rasta. Now this case move fast. That case move fast. And now there goes that. And still yet them still not find the body. Them charge him for even they not allowing a body to be buried. And the first I hear somebody get charged for that. Yeah. But why is that terrible thing? Is that terrible thing? Anyway, we're trying to get somebody from the NW, National Work Agency, for really talk about this road here. Junction Road there, where lead go in St. Mary there. As a matter of fact, I should have talked about it from right on my roadside, so go up there. Because it's miserable. And I don't know if they're going to wait till a truck go over there, because you see that road there, you know, trust me, one of the busiest road. One of the busiest road you have anywhere in Jamaica, yeah. Because you have people that come from Portland, or St. Thomas too, and even part of St. Mary, whatever part of St. Mary, I come through there, not to mention you have other road where half it I go down. Oh, we have to wait till something terrible happen. For say, if do something about where going to happen. Or if stop where going to happen. Because a long time the road there, I wonder what people ever drive through that road. Have they, you know, the problem for drive through that road. You can imagine that early morning when them big bus come down the road and them taxi man drive go up the road and them corner there, you can't even see where I come round the corner, and you know depend you depend the other side of the road when the man come round the corner. It's a terrible feeling, you know. Yeah, man, it's a terrible feeling. And them just have the road there, so. And the motor say, boy, the money spread out. Government not give enough money. And all this is whosoever responsible. You know how long me I tell you about right down here, so. Where the water come from round the back of the river and go in at the man them drive the car and make it turn like a tunnel. A ditch, and it go right on the road and continuous moving on the same road. We're busy every day. Cause the road for stay so now that when you come down left, when you come from up or down, traffic jam up there, so because everybody have to drive slow. Them no want them this mash up and them that mash up and them tire punch and all the rim bend up and all them something there. Road again. And this no cause, that never caused by Melissa. That caused by some little weird people we don't recognize it. Anytime they drive and go for the sun, it will create a problem when the rain come. It make a little gutter and it go right on the road. And up at the top there, they go wait till all a big rock come off of the mountain there and drop on all the bus. I don't know how them can't see it, boy. I don't know how them can't see it. You know, it's 3:30. At 3:30.
A holistic center where you them come in on the Sabbath and a Saturday, the young people come in after school, the mothers, they are growing, we grow everything that you can imagine. And we have a seed bank. So one of the things we're also trying to, make sure we have the seed bank that is now there in the center, where ones and ones can bring their seeds and we put them together and we wait for the next season. Yes.
Beautiful. All right.
Give thanks.
All right, so make a shift little. South Africa and America, we say several months back, we say the Prime Minister, President, and the other president him kind of behave a way towards the South African president. But the thing with this now is that
embarrassing.
Him put up some picture and claim say it's South Africa, they kill white people down there. They are terrible thing with white people down there. White people want left. Tell me how that go down there. How that go?
Well, Muta, for the records, it's still a very embarrassing thing to remember. But Muta, there's a place called Orania in a place called Free State Bloemfontein. Orania is a place where only white people live.
Yeah.
They have their own currency. They have their own system.
Yes.
So if there truly was a so-called genocide, would we even have such a place existing in Azania? So we know that it's a ploy, and the ploy is because, as you know, and the listeners and the listeners should know that South Africa was a party to the ones who took Israel to the
UN court.
What is this called? The criminal court.
The
criminal court. Yeah. So Netanyahu is a wanted man according to South Africa.
Yes.
So his allies and his friends are not happy because how dare South Africa to go and be part of that kind of a charge. So we are feeling the repercussions of that. And we know that there's still things that we have to watch out for, Muta, but we don't know that was a ploy to prove that South Africa. But most importantly, Muta, there's a thing that is people are taking lightly called minerals. Right? Yeah. And for technology to rise and for technology to have, the kind of movement it's having in the earth, it needs minerals.
Yes.
And where are most of those minerals that they need for all of these technology of those? It's sitting in the southern belt. It's sitting in the Sahel. It's sitting in East Africa. So we do know that it is a ploy, to say, South Africa is a troublesome country. Let's go in and disrupt it, Yeah,
and Elon Trump, Elon Musk push it. Terribly, push it.
Yeah, I'm definitely push it. Because he wanted to come in and own up the Stargaze, something we have.
Starlink.
That he had. Starlink. Now South Africa say you can't just come in because you claim to be South African when you're really a Canadian. And at the end of the day, we also have to put it out to tender. So him never like that because why should him be not given preferential treatment? So it really hurt them that, Elon Musk wasn't given that kind of special treatment, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's when him got to him stepfather now and start complaining to him stepfather.
Yeah, like a little baby.
So that's what it is. Yes, like a little baby. But Muta, when saying that, I want the viewers to know that South Africa is still a resilient place. And, the young people and we're not so sure about what exactly this government of national unity, because in the government of national unity formed last year, the freedom, the Afrikaner parties are there, the DA are there. So we have all kinds of people now coming back into the fore. Yeah. And unfortunately, the ANC-led government, the Julius Malema, the Jacob Zuma government, they never want to see those three coming together. And as I speak today, there is no gathering of these three very important Black African parties to take over in any space because they've opened it up for others like the DA and the Freedom Front Plus to come in and govern with them.
But some people say eventually we might see back a white man as the president of South Africa again. What is about that?
The truth is that the way how things are go, I hear South Africans say, I wish we were back in apartheid.
Oh yeah.
Not yeah, man. We hear that, Muta. So, the so-called millennials, the so-called generation Z,
Gen
X,
Z.
Y. The Gen Z. They're not interested in struggle. They're not interested in the stories of exile. They're only interested in what is happening around them now. And they have been going to school with these people's children.
Yes.
So these are their colleagues, these are their partners, so they don't have that commitment and that loyalty anymore.
So where happen? Where you see happen? As you live? How long there, by the way? How long you long there?
26 years now, Muta.
How much?
26.
26?
Yes.
You done there 26 years?
Yes, Muta. If you do the maths, 1997
really?
was when we finally got on full time. But before that, remember, I was making the trips in and out of South Africa. But Muta, I'm gonna get one of my daughter, my second daughter, who is traveling with me, just turned 21. She's gonna answer that question for you.
French?
Not the one who taught the French. The one who is a Zulu speaking child. So I'm going to get Nosipo to greet you, and she's going to answer that question. Come forward, Nosipo, and greet Baba Buta.
Greetings, Baba Ninjani.
Blessed. Oh, you're the one I met last night?
Yes.
Tuesday night?
Yes. Baba. Yes, Baba, it's me.
Yeah. I should say you talk fluent Zulu language.
Yeah, Baba, I speak Zulu.
All right, so you have to talk to me in Zulu, even though and then translate it back to me.
You
go to school and learn English, or you learn Zulu. Which one?
Most of the time I learn Zulu. Actually, both, because I'm good at both of them.
So which one the teacher in the class? Which one you learn? Which language you learn in when you're in class?
We learned English and Afrikaans and Zulu.
Afrikaan, they still have that language there.
Yes,
serious?
Baba.
So the Zulu language is something where you learn by the way. Then it's not something where instilling you. It's something where them say, well, that is extracurriculum activity.
No, Baba, it's already inside. It's in our blood and our genes.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, should I say in Zulu?
Yeah.
Yes. So, Baba, we have a center Africology la kufunda khona ingane zazingolwazi lalo ngokuthi bawo babona ezabantu abamnyama nokuthi siya indlela eyaphambili iqala la esafundiswa khona obaba bethu nokhokho bethu. So what I was saying is that the Institute of Africology is the study of Africa by Africans for its Africans, especially young people, where they can come and know about who they are in order to know where they're going in life.
So this is the first visit to Jamaica?
Yes, it is indeed, Baba.
Wow. And you don't have any friends that come to Jamaica and tell you about it in Southern Africa?
I have mom. I don't need friends.
You don't need a friend. And that you tell you people say she don't need a friend. Answer to her.
She said.
What?
She said, ask her the question. Ask her. She said to herself.
No, I ask her if I that your mother tell you, say you don't need no friend.
No, sir, they already know, say, we not really need enough friend. We have enough work to do.
Okay. So, you have a farm.
Yes,
You have a
sir,
farm
we have
down
a
there?
farm. Yes, we have land, we have farms, we have fruit and veggies coming from our very own ground. Yes.
So we had Kwanzaa just now.
Oh, I keep Kwanzaa down there.
26 years
Yes,
of Kwanzaa.
26 years of celebrations of Kwanzaa festivity.
Okay. So,
But we have another name for it, Muta.
what it is?
Umkhosi wokushwama in Zulu. Umkhosi wokushwama.
Okay, that's Kwanzaa celebration.
Yes, Baba, it is.
All right, so tell me something. When you and your friend them get together, what do you talk about in terms of the political climate in South Africa as a youth? What do you talk about as it relates to the political climate?
To be honest, Baba, it's very confusing for us because we look at our politicians, they're supposed to be the people that we look up to and be like, oh, wow, at least this is what I want to change about Africa in its totality. Because Marcus Garvey said, if one country in Africa is disorganized, the whole continent is disorganized. So for us young people, we look at these people, these politicians, and be like, oh, wow, is this how it's supposed to be? But like, as one, there's a lot of things to start with Africa's vision. Let's revisit that. Let's revisit the Constitution, because right now what's happening on the news, you can't even sit down and your parents be like, come watch the news. What are we watching? The headlines are always shooting and killing and stealing. Is that what are we supposed to be learning as the young people? No, it's not. So as my opinion is just like, let's just revisit the whole thing. Remove the government systems because they're not working for us. You're saying it's a democratic country, but what is democratic, to be honest? Let's start there. What is democratic? What is democracy? Because it's the people being people governing other people. Democracy, it's having your voice being heard, but our voices are just shut out in the corners. God knows who will help us through all that, you know.
You see yourself are going to politics, don't they?
Are you going to go into politics?
Ooh,
You're about to go to.
hopefully I could try, but Baba, to be honest, I'm going to university starting next week. I'll be studying geographical information systems, which is also geographical sciences. So that is what I'm really passionate about. But politics, yeah, I can do it later in life, you know.
When you have a mother like you.
So what you going to do with that? What you going to do with that?
So politics.
What you going to do with that?
What you going to do with that in South Africa? I tend to leave South Africa and go somewhere. What you going to do with that? What you studying? I'm gone. Sheila trip out? Wow. I can't get them back. See if you can't get them back for me now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here, Muta.
Yeah, I was just trying to ask her, after getting that in school and college, what you going to do with that information as it relates to our stay in South Africa, living in South Africa? What you think she can do with it?
Number one, Baba, I could start with the climate change that we're facing in South Africa. Number one, most of the houses where we stay, they are located next to the riverbeds where they're not supposed to be. So when floods come, they wash away, they break down the houses. And people, I feel like if the government could work with traditional leaders in the communities, they would make a big difference. That is number one. Number two, also in terms of like, so we're still on climate change. How do we have like food stocked away, packed away, you know, in implementations of the indigenous knowledge systems? How are people educated on that? How do we work together, you know? So it's all about the climate change for me and how we find solutions with what we have, not always looking outside for solutions. How about we start inside as a collective, you know?
The AI is a thing there with the Gen Zs, the AI, this computerized mindset. The youth them gravitate towards it like everywhere else.
Does everybody, do they gravitate towards the AI, enjoying the AI?
AI, to be honest, AI has a good side, a very great side, and a bad side. Number one, it's limiting jobs for people. It's taking over. But at the same time, AI, it's like a shortcut, you know?
Yeah.
But also AI, there was this conference that I attended, the SAMON conference, Southern Africa Migration
Conference.
Networks, yes, conference. So they were saying that with AI, it's like it'll tell you the exact location that you're going to, but it won't detect the danger in it. So that's another thing that's very confusing about AI. It could give you something, but it won't tell you the dangers of it. You know, so even here, we hear at the studio from one of the Russes, and he is showing us how he uses his own instruments from scratch. So now AI just takes it all away and give you a beat that is already made. We can't even hear how it began from scratch, mixing the beats, arrangements, organization, everything. Yeah. So it's really not a good thing, but at the same time, it is a good thing.
And it show you upon the social media where they use that AI imagery of you to really make you say and do things that you never say or do.
Oh, yeah.
Dangerous thing.
And coming to think of it, we had a workshop. And one of the male from the digital, he's one of Microsoft. He's under the Microsoft. And he was saying, you know, AI has taken over. He was asking us how many of us know how to use WhatsApp. Of course, everyone. But did you go to school to learn that? And with his thing that he uses for detecting how many schools have passed and like the database that he has, you know, he was saying that AI can take your fingerprints, can take your face and use it somewhere else in another country. Yeah. And it could lock you out. You see the dangers of AI, though.
Yes. It's going to get worse.
It'll lock you out of your own identity.
Yes. And use all the things them like it's you using them, your credit card,
yes,
your license
like
and everything.
Oh, wow. AI is very dangerous.
So what is the impression of Jamaica?
Ooh, it's very sunny. And for the first time, I'm in love with the ice cream. Went to the Devon House. The huge
Devon House ice cream.
It's very huge. Yes. It's very huge. It's like a tower. But overall, it's just, for me, it's just Africa in its totality.
Yes,
you know? The music, it's a vibe. I love the music. Because we always wake up to reggae music at home. So I can relate, you know? Wow. Yes. And then, it's just a beautiful island and a beautiful country overall. And, you know, Baba, they say Jamaican language, it's the second language that people want to really popular language. Yes, the people love Jamaican. So when they speak, I just look at them. Even my grandmother, when she speaks, I just look at her. It's just so nice to hear this language, you know.
Yes.
Oh wow!
All over. Not just your mother, no. Not just your mother. All right, we have
So
to leave, you know. We have to leave.
Yes, sir.
Santoa.
Yes, sir. So we give thanks for the time. We're always ready to be there and to say, but one thing is for sure, as I said to you, Muta, our people are still resilient. The rise of the UNIA has become a big move in Botswana, in Zimbabwe. Nosipo is going to start the chapter at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Gavi has taken a turn. And so more people are now interested in Gavi as a UNIA. And we are seeing a rise of that more than anything else.
Yes.
So I want the people of Jamaica and the listeners, you know, globally to know that Africology without apology. And the Honorable Garvey said, look for me in the whirlwind. Well, in Southern Africa, Garvey has risen. And it's become a phenomena. It's become a phenomena. T-shirts, slogans, hats. Like something just went off in South Africa. So I just want the ones them to know that we have to stay firm and just keep on knowing that the whirlwind is for us. We're not supposed to run away from it.
All right, tell me something before you go. What is your impression of Malema?
You're putting me on a spot now. I think you say I was going to close. Okay, no, Malema. Julius Malema. You know, like every revolution, you start out right and then you start making some folly, you know. He had the right colors, the right sound, but I think once you get into the politics, you get tricked, you know. The people, he has lost his way and his party has lost to Jacob Zuma. So
yes, you can imagine that.
Umkhonto Sizwe has taken everything that the economic freedom fighters was out there and as a active opposition. Now it's the Umkhonto Sizwe. The old man has taken over, and the people left, right, and center is saying Umkhonto Sizwe.
It's kind of strange how they make Zuma become such a popular guy again, you know, in an election. You know?
Yeah, the love of the common people. The love of the common people is what is giving him that effect, Muta.
Yeah. All right, Mama. All right, so I see you in South Africa.
Yes,
South Africa,
I'd
sweet
love to see you. Yeah, I know you love it. And you'll be very proud, Muta, when you see what this Pan-African Institute of Africology is doing in Azania. And you'll be very proud of where it's placed also.
All right. You'll up down for me. Give thanks.
I will. We give thanks. Majesty and blessing to you, Muta, for everything, and we just love you.
All right, give thanks, yes. That was Ya Santoa, a sister who was here. She's had 26 years now, she leave, 26 years, gone, make her family, set up business and everything down there. Yeah, man. Sweet me, it's sweet me, it's sweet me.
You know, say it, my doctor.
So from one person to the next. Good afternoon, Miss Garden.
Good afternoon, Muta, and good afternoon to your listeners.
All right, you have to tell me now, what is your position at the MWA?
I am the Senior Communication Officer.
Okay, all right. You traverse Stony Hill, Constant Spring, Golden Spring, anytime at all?
No, not on a regular, no.
You don't go that way?
No, I don't go that way.
All right, so when you go to Portland, which part you drive?
Pardon?
When you're going to Portland, if you go to Portland, where would you drive?
The junction.
The junction? Oh, that we are talking about. Junction, okay. All right. When last you drive on the junction?
It has been some time.
Like when you say some time, what you mean? Like 2 years, 3 years?
In the last, I want to say 3 months or so.
Eh?
In the last 3 months or so.
3 months. All right.
Yes.
All right. So you see the problem where we are talking about then?
Yes. So the NAA is aware of the concerns raised by the citizens about the deplorable conditions of the junction main road. The truth is, because of the terrain, it makes it highly susceptible to land seepages due to its geographical features. However, the government has launched a $1.6 billion rehabilitation program targeting key corridors affected by Hurricane Melissa, and the junction is one of those key corridors because it's highly trafficked, carrying individuals from St. Mary, Portland, and Kingston.
But look here, that money the way I mentioned can't fix that, you know. Trust me, it's a patchy biz money that up there, so. That money they can't fix it, mama. Me I tell you the truth. 1.6 million. You know them spend how much $1 billion to just put the little piece there from up at the top, there, so go up on the highway, go up on the road up at St. Mary there, so. Over $1 billion, billions. When I talk to Mr. Shah, 1.6 million can't fix that, man. That is
it's $1.6 billion, you know, that's the rehabilitation program. And then this corridor, continuous work has been happening in the space. So it's not just this $1.6 billion targeting. Work has always been going on in the space because it's heavily trafficked. So persons use it all the time.
So when am I going to start with that?
The program has been rolled out already.
It rolled out?
Yes.
From where to where? From where to roll out?
The key corridors are being targeted. We're talking about all 14 parishes. So
no, we're not. Wait, no. I never called you for talk about the whole of Jamaica, you know. It's junction me I talk about. I never really talk about the 14 parishes. Me I talk about the junction road where you say you traveled 3 months ago. Me I say, what is happening when this is going to take place where they're going to start fix the road, fix it? Because they're going to wait till somebody dead or a bus turn over in the gully down there, and then now everybody has to watch they look how that happen. You have any idea when they're going to start to do the work on the road?
So the program ongoing is just a matter of time for junction to take put.
All right, when you say ongoing, what you mean now? Them carry gravel go up there already, stone go up there, tractor and thing gone up there. Where you say them ongoing?
So it's a patching program, right? So they'll come in the space and do their rehabilitative work in terms of the patching.
So you know, say patching now will help?
It's a short-term fix for a long-term solution.
You see, that will always get yourself involved in, you know, patching. Them road they can't patch, you know, mama. It have to fix properly. Because if you patch it, when the rain come again, it's going to happen again. Just down the road, I saw. Long Stony Hill Market. You ever pass Stony Hill Market?
I have.
All right. The other day, I ball out and I make nice about it, you know. And when we reach down there one day, I see the place concrete off. And I say, all right, them fix it, but I patch it. Go down there now, when you see, the bus them can't even park there again. Because if you go in there's water, you will splash up in and all them something there. Right in front of the market gate. All of the bus them have to go over the other side and come over back. The traffic jam up because everybody are trying to avoid it. And this is right around my yard, around here, so. Right? Water, the river. I call the lady. I don't remember who I call her, what her name. The person who's responsible for the area. I hope you take some note, you know. Do Mama, take some note for me, you know. Yes. There is right beside what they call the clubhouse, there is a river that is running beside the clubhouse. And it comes from round at the back of the road where people go and get sand. Them don't buy no sand. Them take the sand from round there and go build a house. What happens is that it did have a trench, but when the water come down, it go in at the river. Now what the man them do is pack up all sort of tree and trunk and this and that in at the trench. And it no have no trench again. So when them drive them van and them truck and move the cow, them come round there, so the whole of the area, the water start to come into the road. Mama, if you look on the road now, you'd have never believed that road they fix. many times. There was a time when it's so terrible that if you stand up at the middle of the road and looking at the hole, you can't see the river down there. I kid you not. And now, it's the worst part of the road after you pass, before you reach up at the gas station, that's all, the road spot. I want to know now, if these people from the NWA, not you are talking, you know, not you, because I know you don't go up on the road to go figure out if it's a fix or not. But I want to know if these people don't know, so this patching thing that them doing, it's waste, them waste taxpayers' money, waste it. Because when you say, no, they're going to start patching up this or no. I mean, they're going to start patching, mama, believe you me. People know wear patch clothes again, you know, much less to drive on patch road. Them need to do better than that, man. Can't you talk now, them say you get miserable and boy, motor became grand.
Right. The corridor being a main vein, it definitely will be addressed.
Yeah, but you address, when you say address, what it mean? Maybe it want a tights, not address. It need to fix properly. That you don't come now, that next rain start in a June, July, August. You hear say the road mash up already. Right now at the bottom of Long Lane, before you reach Manor Park. Them fix the road the other day, you know, and every car have to drive and go up on the right-hand side of the road. Go down there now. Everybody still have to drive on the right-hand side of the road. Because you reach there, so you have to slow down and wait till the car them come down on the side there and you go over. It's patch them, patch it. Them just live in a country where them just patch the road and build a big highway. More people have go up on the highway. More people have go down which part me live there so than the highway. I bet you any money that. More people pass my place as so go up than anywhere on the highway. Why we have to keep saying the same thing? And you know, it's like me don't understand NWA. Who's the minister of national what? Who's the minister?
Our minister is Robert Morgan.
Yeah, but I have to write on his name because I don't know these people, you know. Robert Morgan. That is what? PNP or GLP man that?
He is the Minister of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development.
Yeah, now may I ask which party he belong to?
He's one of the government ministers, so that's the JLP.
Oh, so he's a GLP man then? JLP man, all right. You know, so the Prime Minister passed long already, you see? I go up, I sent me already, so. And a couple of days after me, him said, man, that we got to fix that road, man. We have to fix that road. It's terrible. And him did in a film car, run at the back seat, with him glass wine up, and him seat. And from him left, I must say 2 years, now him drive come round and so. I say from him left, I no hear no, me no breeze no blow. For say it will happen, man. I will hear say, yes, well, we have certain billions of dollars to fix this and billions of dollars to fix this.
Well, you can look out for this program. It's already underway. And
yes.
That's the $1.6 billion rehabilitation program. And
for the whole island?
Yes, and key corridors, including Junction.
Yeah, but $1.6 billion can't fix the road, them. I tell you that, mama. I tell you that. $1.6 billion cannot fix the road, them in Jamaica. And they have more money than that can fix it. They have more money than that. They might get money from left, right, center, and in between. It can fix properly. Just like how they make highway down a 3 mile. What kind of hell? What that good for? What that good for? That was a big problem. And now we see the road, the place they mash up. And we talk about Melissa, and blame everything for Melissa. I know but Melissa mash up the road.
Melissa did significant damage to that corridor.
Which corridor? The corridor up here, so?
Yes, Junction.
Mama.
The terrain alone.
Mama, look here.
Landslides and major breakaways happening constantly. Up to 2 weeks ago, the NWA was out in the field clearing.
Look here. The corridor did mash up long before where them call it Melissa. Long before. It's not Melissa the place. It's not Melissa do where it do in front of my gate. Not my gate. It's not Corus. It's not where they do it. It's bad engineering. And we are tell them what to do, how to do it, and them through them feel say, well, them man, you're no engineer or something. Them have the mentality they too. That because them have some little man who have fixed road every day, like say them a dressmaker. Them man have a dressmaker fix the road. And me I see the thing where happen in front of me. My neighbors them see the thing where to do. And it just can't do. And then we're going to do it. And you're going to tell them to look at you can't do the thing that way. Patching not going to work. You have certain places where patching not going to work. And the corridor is one of them where not going to work. Mark Longdong, I tell you this today. Remember the date when I tell you this. Those patching thing, if they say it's patching, they're going to do, it's not going to work. $1.1 billion cannot fix the patching in Jamaica. The road them. Can't do it. Anyway, Mama, I don't want to pressure you.
And this 1.6 rehabilitation program is for those corridors affected by Hurricane Melissa. So, of course, it's not for the entire island, but we're targeting critical corridors just like Junction with this program.
All right, ma'am. All right. Well, you can't say I never say it, you know. And if you want to tell them, say, Muta, make up nice about it, you can't tell them, you know, because I'm not afraid of it. You can't go tell them.
Thank you, Muta.
All right, Mama. What's your name again?
Monique Gordon, Senior Communication Officer here at the NAA.
Well, you work with Stephen names?
Right beside him, Stephen Shaw, Manager Communication and Customer.
And I tell you, open the interview too, you know. you sure about there? You laugh like me same day, you know. You laugh a while ago. I give him, you know. You give him away. Him don't want to talk to Mutabaruka. That is what. But him come and leave. Lie. Anyway, give thanks, yeah?
Blessings. Good afternoon to your listeners as well.
No, just say blessings, man. You go like you don't know the thing. Go say blessings. Hey, Mr. Shah. You put the daughter under the bus. Put her foot in front because you don't want to talk to me. And she just reveal, say, you don't go on panel leave. You tell her I must take the call. And so where you want, she say, you don't go on panel leave, you're dead there, and you listen to what I say too. Take man feed that. Yes. So, him know what I talk about. And Mr. Robert Morgan, I've got to find Mr. Robert Morgan because I am scared of those people who is coming through that corridor there every day and go home back every evening. Yes. And it's when something happens, and the problem with it, you know, they might charge you if you lick down all a light, a stop sign and them took there. And why you pay a fee, I call it furniture. And when something happen to your car, go through the corridor and it turn over and gone over and keep you can't go to them. You can't go to them. But make you lick all a stoplight. And it drop down. Them car you got jail. So you have to go fix that. And that them are going with. I tell you, Jackass said the world no level, you know, and it's really no level, you know, because some people can't get away with certain things, and some people have to just suck in certain things and tight up them belly and shut up them mouth and all them way there. Terrible thing. It's that time again of the day when we present the African names, very important part of the program. So we're going to start with the female names. Olufemi, Olufemi, O-L-U-F-E-M-I, Olufunke. 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 Olufunke means gift from God. Gift from God. Abayomi. 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 Abayomi means she brings joy. She brings joy. Aisha. 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 Aisha means she is life. She is life. So that's Olufemi, Olufemi, means God loves me. Olufunke, Olufunke, means gift from God. Abayomi, 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 means she brings joy. And Aisha, 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 means she is life. Male names. Diop, Diop, D-I-O-P, Diop, means ruler or scholar. Fatia, Fatia, yes, Fatia, F-A-T-H-I-Y-A, Fatia, means triumph, triumph. Gamba, Gamba, G-A-M-B-A, Gamba, means he is a warrior. He is a warrior. And Halima, Halima, H-A-L-I-M-A, Halima means gentle. So that's Diop, D-I-O-P, Diop means ruler or scholar. Fatia, Fatia, F-A-T-H-I-Y-A, Fatia means triumph. Gamba, G-A-M-B-A, Gamba means he is a warrior. And Halima, H-A-L-I-M-A, Halima means gentle.
Now the news. Constable Noel Maitland wept openly in court today after being found guilty of the murder of his girlfriend Donnelly Donaldson. The 7-member jury also found him guilty of preventing the lawful burial of a corpse. The verdict was handed down in the Home Circuit Court by the 7-member jury after a 3-hour and 40-minute deliberation. Donaldson was reported missing in July 2022. Investigators later indicated that the 24-year-old social media influencer should be presumed dead. Maitland was later charged for her murder and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse as her body has not been found. He has been in custody since July 2022. The trial lasted 8 months. Maitland is to return to court on March 13 to be sentenced. The constable walked out of the courtroom with his head held down and tears running down his face. His father sighed and called out to God after the verdict was given. Meanwhile, Donaldson's mother, Sophia Lugg, cried out in the courtroom. During an emotional interview, Ms. Lugg said she welcomed the verdict, stating that victory belongs to us.
Each and everyone all over this world, thank you very much to stand with me in unity. Today the verdict has passed and victory belongs to us. Victory belongs to us. I may never know what happened to my daughter, Donnelly Donaldson. I may never get a bone, but justice will serve. Justice will serve. And I will fight to the end, and this is not the end. Because there is a higher God, authority, who is going to deal with this in his own way. Victory. We proclaim victory today.
Donnelly Donaldson's mother, Sophia Lugg. Meantime, Director of Public Prosecution Claudia Thompson says she believes the jury returned the correct verdict in the Noel Maitland murder trial.
I'm not sure how I'm feeling now. It's not what I expected in terms of feelings, because now I'm feeling sad. It's almost as if it's a confirmation that Donnelly is really gone. So it's not a moment for us to rejoice. It's an acceptance that the jurors, I think, returned the correct verdict. So we are comforted by that. But there's no rejoicing, there's no happy, because Donnelly is dead. Always putting a lot of work. Whomever the deceased is, whomever the victim is, we always putting a lot of work. And this was a team effort.
And the defense attorney Christopher Townsend said he and his team are surprised by the verdict. He indicated that the matter will go to the Court of Appeal.
We're a bit surprised by the verdict, because it is a verdict and it is what it is. Of course, there's always the Court of Appeal. So, on to the next level. I have a strong feeling that whichever way the verdict went, there would have been an appeal. I don't want to say anything too much yet, but certainly we are concerned about how some of the issues were dealt with. As you notice, the summing up was very short. We don't know, the jury takes somewhat 3.5 hours or somewhere there to make a decision. And we're on to the next level. So we'll see what happens next. He's very teary-eyed. He knows he's innocent, and we'll have to take another opportunity to seek justice at the Court of Appeal.
Noel Maitland's attorney, Christopher Townsend. Investigators assigned to the St. Thomas Division have secured convictions for manslaughter, illegal possession of firearm, and possession of identity information in rulings by the St. Thomas Circuit Court between January 14 and January 20. The update was provided by the Constabulary Communications Network. Marlene Freeman reports.
In the first ruling, Kamoy Harrison, who was arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition in August 2022, was convicted on both charges when the matter was brought before the court on Wednesday, January 14. Although Harrison initially pleaded not guilty, the evidence presented and the police's testimony proved decisive, and on Monday, January 19, the presiding judge delivered a verdict of guilty on both counts. He was remanded in custody and is scheduled to be sentenced on Thursday, January 29. In another case that was before the court, Dexter Morrison, who was charged with murder stemming from a February 2013 incident, appeared before the court on Tuesday, January 20. He pleaded not guilty to murder but offered a plea of guilty to manslaughter, which was accepted. He was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment at hard labor. That same day, Kimani Webster appeared in the court to answer to charges related to possession of identity information from 2 separate incidents. In September 2022, he was charged with 2 counts, pleading guilty to one and not guilty to the other. He also faced another count in August 2023, for which he pleaded guilty. Webster's bail was extended and he is scheduled to be sentenced for both matters on Wednesday, January 28. Crime officer for the division, Deputy Superintendent Javine Williams, said investigators are working to ensure citizens are safe and that criminals face the consequences of their actions. He stated that these convictions reflect the strength of the evidence and the dedication of officers who worked tirelessly to bring those responsible to justice. DSP Williams added that this outcome sends a clear message that criminal activity will not be tolerated and those who break the law will be held accountable. Reporting for IRFM News, I am Marlene Freeman.
Classes were dismissed early today at the Queen's School in Kingston following a reported bomb threat. Head of the St. Andrew North Police, Superintendent Randy Sweeney, said persons reportedly made contact with the school about 11 a.m., claiming that a bomb was planted at the institution. Superintendent Sweeney said a demand of cash was made or the bomb would be set off. He said an investigation was launched and the call discovered to be a hoax.
I got some information that a bomb was being placed at the Queen's High School, and if a certain amount of money is not delivered within 30 minutes, then same will be set off. So the report was made, and as a result of that, it set off for investigations. And several checks were made over that information proved to be false. The investigation is still ongoing. Can confirm that this is a joint investigation between the St. Andrew North CIB and also CTOC.
Superintendent Sweeney said this is the second such incident since the start of the year in the division, with both calls targeting the Queen's High School.
That was Wednesday the 14th, Wednesday January 14, 2026, about 9 a.m. we got that report. This particular one, I'm not getting that report that any request was made for in the morning. They pretty much got an email demands. As such, they were alerted and the emergency safety protocol was implemented, which included the evacuation of the children, notification of the police and things like that. As such, the area was cordoned off. Of course, school was dismissed. And the police came in, the K9 came in and things like that. Checks were made and no such bomb was found. And I have to highlight that also the fire brigade was also a part of the response.
Superintendent Sweeney called on persons to desist from engaging in these unlawful activities, noting that they disrupt students' education.
From doing things like these because it ties up a lot of resources, it distracts the students, it has a psychological impact on them. You understand? It takes away the time in which they could be learning. You understand? So it has a lot of negative implications. So against this background, we are encouraging persons to desist from engaging in this illegal activities.
Head of the St. Andrew North Police, the Superintendent Randy Sweeney. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has noted that the new competency-based training curriculum adopted by the Jamaica Constabulary Force represents a new standard that embraces technology. Speaking at the passing out parade yesterday, Dr. Holness underscored that the country requires a modern constabulary. He emphasized that policing involves earning the trust of the communities being served.
A modern Jamaica requires a modern constabulary. That is why your training has been different from any generation before you. You represent a new standard, one that embraces innovation, embraces technology, and embraces the principle that policing is not only about enforcing the law, it is about earning legitimacy, honoring rights, solving problems, and earning the trust of every community in which you will serve. You are only the second cohort trained under the new competency-based training curriculum, a major reform that shifts policing from a largely technical craft to a fully professionalized discipline.
The Prime Minister noted that the intelligent use of digital tools is among the elements of the improved curriculum.
The curriculum is student-centered and built around the competencies required of an officer in a modern democracy. Critical thinking, conflict de-escalation, ethical reasoning, human rights, community partnership, and intelligent use of digital tools.
Meantime, he urged officers to be proactive in carrying out their duties.
Policing today cannot rely solely on command presence or traditional tactics. It demands nuanced situational analysis. It demands that officers ask not only what is the problem, but they should also ask, why is the problem happening here to these people under these circumstances, these conditions? And they should be proactive, demonstrating leadership in asking, and how do we fix it together? These are the questions, the leadership, the principles that we expect from our modern police institution.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. The Watchman Church Leaders Alliance has welcomed recent statements by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness about greater attention to family. The group also noted Dr. Holness's call for partnership involving government, the church, and civil society. Patrice Walters reports.
At the recent Heal the Family, Heal the Nation Day of Prayer event, the Prime Minister noted that the government is placing greater focus on strengthening the Jamaican family as a primary unit for national development. Dr. Holness noted that the Church has a crucial role to play in reinforcing fundamental principles such as stewardship, respect for authority, and dignity of work, which are essential for a productive society. In a statement today, the Alliance said it commends and supports the affirmation that sustainable crime reduction, social cohesion, and national development must be rooted in healthy families, moral formation, and community responsibility. As an alliance of church leaders committed to biblical values and national watchfulness, the group affirms that the family is Jamaica's first and most critical institution for shaping character, transmitting values, and preventing social breakdown. The alliance urged targeted national investment in initiatives that promote marriage stability, responsible fatherhood, conflict resolution, and mental and emotional well-being within households, recognizing that unresolved family fragmentation fuels crime, violence, and intergenerational trauma. The group said it stands ready to collaborate with the government and the national stakeholders to translate this vision into sustained action that strengthens homes, restores hope, and secures Jamaica's future. The alliance encouraged Jamaicans in all sectors and levels of society to join forces in creating a national movement for promoting family. Reporting for RFM News, I'm Patrice Walters.
Executive Director of the Social Development Commission, SDC, Omar Frith, has reiterated his support of the government's allocation of funds to churches affected by Hurricane Melissa. There has been criticism about the $75 million grant funding to support cleanup activities and minor repair works at churches, particularly those in hard-hit western parishes. Speaking yesterday at the St. Catherine Governance Conference, Mr. Frith again pointed out that churches play an important role in communities, especially in times of disaster when citizens are in need of support and aid. He argued that the government's support of churches in the post-Hurricane Melissa recovery process also supports the recovery of the communities and residents they serve.
Also commend the members of the clergy who are here. The SDC has first-hand evidence that you not only administer spiritual sacraments, but because of you, community development is meaningful. Disaster mitigation and management is practical. Many of you offer your church halls not only for meetings but for shelters. Many of you are offering not only psychosocial support, but you are walking the streets, you're walking the lanes and avenues, and you too are offering some of the well-needed social interventions. And so SDC did not batter or blink an eye when we were advised by our parent ministry, following the announcement of our Prime Minister, that funds were going to be made available to support the recovery efforts of churches in the affected constituencies. Because we know that you need the support because you are a key stakeholder in community development.
Executive Director of the Social Development Commission, SDC, Omar Frith. So far, almost 200 applications from churches have been submitted to the SDC for the grant funding under the government's Community Church Cleanup and Restoration Initiative and are being processed. Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator Marlon Morgan, says the Access to Information ATI unit will be reviewed comprehensively. He made a statement at yesterday's Enhancing Transparency, Examining the Access to Information Act and its Reform Forum. The forum was organized by Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, which presented a report on the ATI legislative framework and its implementation by state agencies. According to Senator Morgan, the ATI unit is also implementing several initiatives for the current financial year, with other projects planned to strengthen the ATI system.
I can confirm that the Access to Information unit will be reviewed comprehensively. I can also indicate that the Access to Information unit is implementing several initiatives in the current financial year, that being 25-26, with additional projects planned for the 2027 to 2030 strategic period, which is aimed at strengthening the ATI system in line with some of the report's recommendations. Many of these initiatives are also captured within the Government of Jamaica's Open Government Partnership Second National Action Plan for 2024 to 2026.
Mr. Morgan said one of the most effective ways to operate in a manner that is above board is to engage in self-check.
Civil society, the media, and indeed the parliamentary opposition do not hold a monopoly in terms of an interest in and a push for openness, accountability, and transparency. Indeed, one of the most effective ways to operate in a manner that is above board and in keeping with the expectations of the public is to engage at all times in self-check. One of the best ways to be your best self is to be your harshest critic.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator Marlon Morgan. He also announced that Cabinet will determine the course of action in reforming the Access to Information Act. According to Mr. Morgan, while work on reforming the 2002 legislation was previously conducted by a joint select committee of Parliament in 2011. The ministry is now at a critical juncture to refresh those findings. He added that the ministry's review will build on the recommendations from the 2011 joint select committee report with the aim of addressing the identified implementation challenges. The senator emphasized that the review is particularly timely given the passing of the Data Protection Act in 2020, which became fully effective in 2023. Group Chief Executive Officer of Grace Kennedy, Frank James, says the group is still actively focusing on the mental wellness of its members in Western Jamaica who were affected by Hurricane Melissa. Speaking at the Jamaica Stock Exchange JSC 24th Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference today, Mr. James revealed that counseling was an immediate response to its members. He stated that it was important to offer support, noting overall its implication on productivity.
I went around the island in the immediate days after the hurricane, and I was very moved by the fact that the teams were coming out immediately, even though when you spoke to them, they were going through serious trauma. Speaking to them individually, the experiences they had would traumatize any one of us, even people in Kingston who had relatives outside and were worried about them. And so what have we done about that? Counseling was an immediate response to the team. The leadership being on the ground and connecting with the people, because the people needed to feel their leaders and know that they cared. I can tell you a lot of moving stories, and it is not just, while it comes initially from a we care perspective, which is Grace's mantra, the truth is it also, for the hard-nosed business financial people in here, has a very direct effect on productivity. And so if we don't get that right, then we're not going to get our country back up and running. So taking care of the mental health, key priority, and it's something we're actively working on.
The group CEO expressed that despite initial connection issues in the affected parishes, all 681 members were accounted for.
Number one priority coming out of Melissa for us at Grace Kennedy was our people. Of course, in the immediate aftermath, the first thing is to make sure that we could account for all our people. And we have 681 people in the sides of the island that got impacted, and we were able to account for all 681, which was not an easy feat given the communication systems that were down. But once that had happened, of course, the very immediate need after that was to make sure that their physical situation was okay. So arranging housing, accommodation for persons who didn't, and then of course the support through care packages.
Group Chief Executive Officer of Grace Kennedy Limited, Frank James. Meantime, Managing Director of the Fosterich Group of Companies, Cecil Foster, said it has been supporting its customers by supplying products most needed for their recovery.
Our listening tour brought us very close and personal to most of the customers that we deal with in that region. What we have found is that the customers, they have a resilience that was unbelievable, and they also didn't want handouts. What they wanted is for their suppliers to understand that they didn't want to be all over the place searching for build-back products that they want to do their businesses. They didn't want to be going to 4 or 5 different suppliers. So what we have designed for them is what we call a business growth strategy where we look at for example, the top 20 products that they carry and they need. And we recognize that most of those we do supply them. And so we have designed a footprint that we will be in their space and offering these to them. Some of them we will give a little bit more time to return to us the funds, and we will develop and strengthen that relationship as we go forward.
Managing Director of the Foster Group of Companies, Cecil Foster.